I am zenquis. Grew up in Philadelphia. I've done the last 10 years down here in Atlanta. Spent a little bit of time in Tallahassee, Florida. You know, I get around a little bit. You know what? I have been called an old soul for quite some time. This is a young man that's just been wise beyond his years, or what have you, and just you know what I mean. I'm a fan of Teddy Pendergrass. You know, I like Gerald Levert. Marvin Gaye is one of my all-time favorites. I would be remiss, to not mention Luther Vandross. Maxwell. Hey, you know something interesting, Luther Vandross, right? We had a record player back in the day, and I didn't really know who the man was, but my mother liked him, and we had one of his albums, and that song, that you'll be like, oh my love, 1,000 kisses from you is never too much. Well, we used to play with it while she was at work, right? And we would turn it up, I think, to like the 45 or whatever the fast speed was, because when you play that song on the fast speed on the turntable, Luther Vandross sounds like Michael Jackson, and that was just the most hilarious thing to us, And then that was just, we spent days and days and weeks of the summertime just kind of kicking it, with Luther Vandross doing Michael Jackson moves and all of that stuff, out in the living room. And then around like 5:30, 6 o'clock, when it was time for Mom to get home, we would have to take and shut it down and put it back in the junk, or we wasn't supposed to be messing with her stereo system, I've been a lover of music for a long time, Came up in the church. Granddaddy was a pastor down 17th and Poplar or whatever, man. And, all of my uncles and cousins and them, they played, the guitar, the drums, and, some other folks, who name you probably would never recognize if I started dropping them or what have you, but very talented, nonetheless. And even though I wasn't up on the pulpit, rocking out on the drums, which I do got some history with that, but that's a story for another day. You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed it. I think the thing that I like most about music is music has the ability to alter a person's mood, it can alter your mental state, almost like a drug, you know what I'm saying? It's just like one of those things where you could be having a day and, that song come on, like for me, one of mine, Prince, I have a CD that I got out in the car. It's just like a live concert that he did where he does, here we are, in this big old empty space. You know that John, right? But he's got like 2 minutes and 40 some odd seconds of Prince just playing the guitar, before they even said a word, And for me, that's one of those things when the day might have been rough or, whatever, man. Everybody is familiar with a little bit of adversities and challenges in life right about now. So, when I get fed up and I need to alter my mood, then, that's one of the things that I take and put on. Right? My sound. My sound is an eclectic amalgamation of my experiences in life, Can you tell I just read the dictionary before?
Hey, sound, okay?
Nah, it would definitely be in the soul category. The neo soul, I could rock out to some of that, and quite frankly, if you took and put me on the lineup, with some blues musicians or what have you at a festival or something like that, it translates. What I do, it's universal without being everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people's stuff, I'll tell you, I ain't gonna call no names, but there is an album in particular that, I know of the guy, what have you, but he is so versatile that it's almost like sickening. It's like, dude, where the hell are you coming from? I mean, like, it goes from reggae to country to jazz to R&B and don't get me wrong, I have a healthy respect, love, and appreciation for all genres, especially if you're telling me a story. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the things that I like to incorporate into what I do. I like to tell you a story. I like to put you in the passenger seat of the car. I like for you to walk side by side with me and experience, life in the audio form, the way that I see it and the way that I live it. So I guess to get back to the question, I most identify with soul music, neo soul. I'm a lover of R&B, and but beyond that, man, I'm a lover of good music. Whether it's classical, whether it's jazz, the blues, or if it's good music, man, then it's just good music. Because ultimately, it's really only two types of music in the world. It's good music and it's bad music. So I like good music.